Hi parents and guardians, my name is Miss Berkey and this video is going to introduce you to myself and then tell you a little bit about my class. Now that we are in the second week of school and we are in a routine a little bit and I have figured out what I want to do for virtual learning, I think it is important that we are all on the same page so that we can make sure that your student has a successful school year. So to jump in, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Like I said, my name is Miss Berkey. I am your child's either 7th or 8th grade English language arts teacher for this year. So a little bit about my teaching background. This will be my 9th year teaching. I cannot believe that many years have gone by since I've graduated college. I spent 5 years teaching 7th grade at James Martin. And then this will be my 4th year teaching both 7th and 8th grade at Albemarle Road. I do have my bachelor's degree in secondary education from Penn State, and then I also have my master's in educational leadership from Queen's University of Charlotte. So I am licensed to be a principal. I don't think I ever want to go in that direction because my classroom is my happy place. I'm also a part of the CMS Teacher Leadership Program. So I have the title of what's called a multi-classroom leader, meaning in addition to teaching, I also have many leadership roles inside of the school and with the district as well. And then in 2019, I was selected as Teacher of the Year. So outside of school, I am a certified personal trainer and I do work at a gym called Metabolic. So I do get up early in the morning to work out. If you try to contact me late at night, I probably won't respond. I do go to bed pretty early, but I wake up every morning around 5 a.m. So if you're a morning person like me, you can always feel free to reach out early in the morning. I do love to travel. I've been to Greece and Spain and France and all over America. So I cannot wait for our borders to open up again so that I can get out and do some more traveling. I love eating ice cream and trying new restaurants. And then I also love watching sports. So I am from Cleveland originally, so I am a Browns, Cavs, and Indians fan. And then I also love Penn State football. So let's jump right in and start talking about what my expectations are as far as class goes. So when students come on to Zoom every day, they start with a Do Now on a program called Socrative. And what this program does is it allows me to see in real time what the students are doing. So if I were the teacher for this class, for example, I would see that this student is not really taking this Do Now seriously. They are very far behind, so maybe they stepped away from their computer. So I would be sending this student a little private chat to say, hey, let's get it together and finish your Do Now. This also lets me know which questions we need to go over. So you can see this third question here, 100% of students got it correct. So there would be no need for me to go over that question with the students. So I love this website. I've used it for years. And it also allows me to control when it is available to students. So I make the Do Now available right at the beginning of class. It is available for about 8 minutes, and then I turn it off. Meaning if after that 8 minutes a student tries to go on to complete it, it will not be available for them. So if a student is absent or comes late to class, they will need to come to my office hours to make up the Do Now. Now, the good thing about this is also that if a student is absent, if they are sick for some reason or have a doctor's appointment, they can get on Socrative on their phone or on any device at the beginning of class, whether they are on Zoom or not, to complete this. So I've had students when we're in school, if they're at home sick, they know what time class starts and they will log on to Socrative to make sure they do not miss the Do Now. And I love that. That shows initiative. That shows that they care. So if students do miss it, it is their responsibility to ask me to make it up during office hours. I will not hunt them down. That 0 goes in the grade book and it's up to them to make it up. All right, as far as our daily lesson goes, every day we'll focus on learning targets as well as the state standards. And lessons will be a variety of whole class instruction, small group work, which we'll use the Zoom breakout rooms for, as well as independent work. Participation is huge in my class. So students are expected to participate regularly. I get so excited, and if you've watched me teach it all the past 2 weeks, you've probably seen me freak out when students' hands raise, when students' hands start raising like crazy. I love that. It shows me that they are engaged and that they're excited and that they know what's going on in class. So I love participation. As far as the lessons go, all the slides will be available on Canvas the following day under the Live Lessons tab. So if a student forgets something or needs some clarification, they can go back and take a look at the slides. I was originally posting a video of the lesson, but they were taking forever to upload, and also I don't think students want to sit there and watch a 45-minute video of class because a lot of it is wait time. So it's much more beneficial for me just to post the slides. Okay. The next thing I need to talk about is homework. So let me slide myself up. There we go. So homework is assigned every night and it is due by midnight. Like I said, I am a morning person. So even when we do eventually go back to school, this routine will stay the same. I grade homework in the morning before school starts. So if a student thinks they're going to wake up and complete their homework, it's already probably marked as a 0. Homework has to be completed the night before. The way that the homework works is that students have a class novel. So 7th grade will be starting with A Long Walk to Water, and 8th grade will be starting with Summer of the Mariposas. They will have assigned pages to read from that book every night. It will be available on what's called Sora, which is a website, or students can have their own personal hard copy if they purchased one. Along with the pages they need to read, they will have open response questions, usually about 3. And we learned this past week a writing strategy called the RACER writing strategy. They will use that to answer the questions. So here's a sample of what the homework will look like. They'll have a vocabulary log, which they'll add those words to, and then 3 questions that they need to answer. And it has a little list at the bottom for a grammar checklist, because I do grade their homework for punctuation, spelling, capitalization, and grammar. It is very, very rare that a student gets 100% on my homework assignments, because if they're missing a period, if they don't capitalize a character's name, points come off. So it is so important that students are taking their time, rereading their answers, and writing to the best of their ability. Writing is a huge, huge part of our world today, especially when we're writing emails and we're sending text messages, and we need to make sure that students are still able to write correctly and professionally, especially if they plan on going to college. They'll have lots of papers to write. So while it may seem, a little harsh that I'm grading their homework that hard, most students that leave my class, I'll hear from them later on and they will thank me for grading them that hard, because they'll learn a lot from it. So if in the morning I go to grade your child's homework and it's not completed, you will receive a message from me on Remind that morning. All right, the next part is about extra credit. So this may seem a little strange, especially because I have never heard of any other teacher doing this. So I'm going to take a minute to explain why I do this. So extra credit I offer on Quill. Once we get back to school and we start Achieve 3000, which is our reading website, students will be able to complete extra credit on there as well. Quill is a website where students can go and it will help them to perfect their writing skills. So they've already taken a diagnostic and it has assigned them skills to work on based on how they did on this diagnostic. So they can complete as much extra credit as they want on Quill. And there's a couple reasons I do that. Number 1, no student can ever say, I'm done, because they can complete unlimited extra credit, meaning there's always something for them to be working on. The second is, at the end of the day, I want them to be reading and writing as much as they possibly can. So if extra credit is their motivation, if getting an A is their motivation, that means that they will complete the extra credit and they'll continue to work on their reading and writing skills. And that's my number 1 priority. I want them to get as much practice as they possibly can. So Quill is all available right now. Students can start working on it and complete as much extra credit as they want so that they end up with an A in class. All right, absences. If your child is going to miss a Zoom class, whether it's for a doctor's appointment or they are sick or whatever it is, please make sure you notify the teachers ahead of time for that specific class. So if they're going to miss my class, please make sure you let me know ahead of time. That way I can tell the student what they need to complete and make sure that they don't fall behind. If students are absent, like I said before, they can still go on to Socrative at the start of the class time to complete the do now. The classwork will be available, and they are still expected to do their homework. If a student misses class and I have not heard from you, I will reach out to you and let you know that they missed class. The other part of class that's very important to me is our inspiration of the day. So not only am I here to make your child a better reader and writer, I'm also here to make them a better person. And so these are some skills that we are going to focus on this year to make sure that your student becomes the best person they can possibly be. Every day we look at a quote, and this is called our inspiration of the day. And the goal is that the student takes this quote and applies it to their own life. This is a great thing for you to talk about with your student. Ask them, what was the inspiration for today? How are you planning to use that in your daily life? All right, so let's talk about how you can help as a parent. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do is to download the PowerSchool app and check your students' grades and attendance daily. Now, I can tell when the students log in to PowerSchool, and I can also see when the parent logs in to check their child's PowerSchool. So I can be counting on you to make sure that you are checking your child's grades and attendance. If you don't have the login information, you can call the school to retrieve that. Unfortunately, I don't have access to that information. The other thing you can do is download the Canvas app. This will help you to keep up with your child's learning so that you can, again, have a dialogue about what they are doing in classes. There's more information on the CMS website about the Parent Canvas app. The next thing you can do is purchase the class novel. So like I said, it was A Long Walk to Water for 7th grade and Summer of the Mariposas for 8th grade. Read along with your student and have conversations with them about it. And then the last thing is to communicate with me. I am here 100% for your student and for you. Any question you have or any concern you have, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I want this year to be the best year it can possibly be. And despite all of the uncertainty and all of the changes, I know that it can be. I look forward to a great year with you. Thank you for watching this video and learning more about my class. I look forward to working with you.